So thank you. I think you all heard about the mission in the address. So this is GSL F12 NVS-01 mission is the first of the series of NAVIC, new generation NAVIC satellite launches. We have to complete four more launches in the coming days. So we are planning to launch in sequence as soon as each satellite is ready using GSLV. And the specialty of this mission is that we are coming after a failure of a rocket, that the last launch had a problem in the cryogenic stage. Everything is corrected, tested, we have proven it, and that gives confidence for operating the remaining GSLVs for NAVIC mission as well as very critical missions like launching of INSAT 3DS as well as NISA. You are also aware of the NVS-01 architecture, the new generation, because we are adding new frequencies called L1 band in addition to L5 and S band which are there. And also we are making the signals more secure for our strategic users. We are also inducted the indigenous atomic clock along with the importer clocks in this mission, and in the coming satellite as well we will be putting more of indigenous clocks in a very progressive manner and slowly replace all the imported clock requirement. So that's all about the mission, and we are very happy that today we scheduled it and it happened exactly on time, and the orbit is much better than that we expected. Its perigee is higher because we designed this orbit to be open-ended. That means the more energy available in the rocket can be driven to the satellite, so it will go to a super GTO orbit. So it's really good because it gives more life to the satellite. Fuel consumed to circularize will be lesser, so these are the advantages. So I now leave to you for questions. Thank you. So along with me all center directors are here. Mission director Mr. Giri is there. Satellite director is here. And we will be waiting for the subsequent operation of the NAVIC NVS-01 for orbit rising activities. Until then, thank you.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, last time,
Use the mic, please.
mic. So, Ronald from ANI. Last time the failure analysis committee, what was the finding and recommendation given to you to answer?
We understood the failure reason as the leakage of the hydrogen gas in the hydrogen tank through one of the valve which is supposed to seal it, and this valve is kept open during the servicing. While filling the tank, this valve is kept open and it closes only just prior to the launch, not at the launch, not in the flight. So this sealing, it is vented and connected to the ground. So we couldn't find out exactly that the gas is leaking at liftoff. And the pressure in the tank is supposed to change over a period of time due to heating, outside heating, and the tank pressure must reach some condition. And we found that later in the analysis, there was a slow loss of hydrogen gas from the tank through this valve, which brought down the tank pressure to a lower value than it should be. Very small value lower than what it should be when the engine starts. There is a criticality that this pressure, that if the pressure is not there, correctly there, the turbines which pump the liquid hydrogen will cavitate. The cavitation means it will start boiling at the inlet of the pump. So the pump will lose its efficiency, it cannot pump the hydrogen. It is like you are pumping from a deep well, no, it cannot suck it deeper than certain distance. So same problem occurs in the hydrogen tank as well. So we found exactly, and what we did is we exactly simulated in ground using a test setup. When the pressure was dropped, the pump shown cavitation effect. And this is the reason. So it was a simple problem of a valve not seating properly. But we can't find out what exactly the reason for the valve not seating properly. It could be contamination, it could be failure, it could be damage, it could be any other reason. So what we did is, even if it leaks, it should not cause problem of hydrogen loss. And we also made a new design by which if at all the pressure goes due to any reason, we will replenish with additional gas from the stage so that the pressure at the start of the engine will always be assured. And this correction we did not only for this cryogenic stage, we did it for the C25 stage as well. And this was tested in the last two missions of LVM-3X mission, OneWeb missions, and we found it is working very well. And we were very confident this time when that same change is implemented in this stage, it will turn out to be good. I hope that you understood. Okay.
Sir, when do you expect
One at a time, please. It's not a new navigation system. This navigation system is already in place started as IRNS, as Indian Regional Navigation System, named as NAVIC. It is a regional navigation system which is meant for India and 1500 kilometers beyond our boundaries. And it gives better, very precise positioning and timing services, even better than GPS, because it is a geo-based system for India alone. It's not a global system. So it's already operating. And we are providing services from 4 satellites right now. And when you are launching the remaining 5, the minimum requirement, the constellation should be minimum of 4 plus 4 to 7. It can work from 4 to 7. So today we have only 4 just at the brim of operation. So we want to put the full constellation of 7. So, and with the time, some of the one which are in the 4 will also have its end of life. So it has to be replaced. So finally, when you launch 5, we will have 7 of them fully operational. But over a period of time, it has to be replenished because satellite's life will go. So it's an operating system right now with 2 bands, L5 and S band. Now we are adding L1 band. Already one satellite is with L1 band, so this is the second satellite L1 band, and further, no, sorry, this is the first on L1 band, and we are also including certain higher encryption technique for using in strategic site. Only one. Shall I move to another question, please?
Yeah. Did ISRO and NASA joint venture schemes?
I will first take all the questions related to today's launch. First, we will come back to it.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
What about? I'll come back to you. If any questions on the current launch is there, we'll finish that. Yeah. Yeah, please. All in GSLV, all in GSLV. Navigation satellite cannot be launched now in PSLV because satellite is heavier now, and it has to be launched only using GSLV.
Sir? Every year 3, 4 we are doing. Why only one every day? Why every year for GSL?
Will mange more.
Sir, start from the outline. Sir,
Yeah.
so just want to ask you, how can civilians benefit from this? Particularly, generally our phones have the GPS chip and the GLONASS chip in our phones. But when it comes to IRNSs or NAVIC, when will we get indigenous chips for placing in our phones, and how will we benefit from it directly?
See, I want to tell you, it was a deficiency in NAVIC originally. We had only L5 and S band, and we were not given authorizations to use L1, L2 bands which are being used in the GPS for civilian services. Because you should understand the history of evolution of GPS. You know, the navigation, GPS was the original navigation satellite constellation. Then other things came. So there is something called frequency coordination. We must have agreement to use frequencies. So L1, the permission to use L1 came only after GPS allowed it to be used by the European constellation, and then we demanded it and we got L1, and after that we started building L1. Okay. So if L1 is available, it is a interoperable frequency. It can, across all domains, all chipsets, it can be used. Only thing is they have to use our architecture, signal architecture, to be used accessible, which is not a chipset basically. So when L5 and S was only there, we made a lot of effort for satellites to use L5 and S band, but you understand that L5 and S is not a civilian frequency. So they have to put additional chipsets. So there were a lot of difficulties of people adopting NAVIC in the civilian sector. That was the issue. But when L1 comes now and the remaining satellites are launched and L1 becomes fully operational, naturally all your mobile phones will be compatible, can be made compatible without any additional investment and cost by the manufacturer. That's the advantage. Okay.
Sir, when will be Chandrayaan 3 launch?
That I'll announce soon.
Sir,
Little later, because we are in the process of preparation, so we will definitely know.
sir,
No, I got some questions now. Now everybody started asking future. You want to talk about anything about L1, NAVIC, etc.?
So, we have been discussing with various chip manufacturers for mobile, that is Qualcomm, then
Now since everyone will be there in our next system also, you will see, you are going to hear a lot about Delhi in near future.
Okay, next question.
So Pramod from India Today, congratulations on your launch, and we kind of believe that Israel has become masters of GSLV launch. So what about the next project of relaunch vehicles, and also I would like to ask your comments about Starship's recent launch and what do you have to say about that?
Okay, see, we have our own program. We are not looking at what others are doing, except for the excitement that we also enjoy seeing the Starship getting launched. As rocket people, we are always happy to see others make a better and bigger systems. So we can also see the inspiration. From that point of view, of course, we look at it. But for India, what is needed is to build what it requires. So our focus is on that. We are working on currently we are in the process of making GSLV market more powerful. So we are making sure that we payload capability will increase from current 4 to say 5.5 in the future in the recurring stage. We are also interested to make our future launch vehicle GLV, which is in the conceptualization stage, design phase with the new technologies, so that we can recover it, we can make it cost effective, and we can be produced in large numbers in industry through private partnership. So this is an exploding launch vehicle. Of course, our regular launches like PSLV, SSLV, GSLV will happen for meeting various national demands, commercial demands as well. So we have a multi-pronged approach now to concentrate on one rocket. Possibly we may switch out one rocket at a later point in time when we find that that is a better route. Until then, we have to keep all of this happening to keep our vision requirements in various sectors for the purpose. For example, GSLV is so much needed to ensure Navig is launched. Otherwise, if GSLV is not there, it cannot go in GSLV. It is too much in GSLV Mark III. So GSLV cannot fit its immediately. So there are national specific needs for which we work.
Okay.
That NGLV is already, we are in the discussion mode. Not the right time to fully tell about it. But it's a rocket which we want to make it similar to the recoverable, expendable stage. So that, and basically primarily working on liquid and semi-cryogenic technology. And we would like to make it much heavier than heavier in terms of payload capability. So future communication satellites, large constellations can be handled. And most can be brought down substantially lower. So we are working on various architecture across centers, and we are working to industries to take part along with us in building.
Sir, how many companies have applied for rocket launch on behalf of private sector? And there any state government companies?
I didn't understand the first question.
Sir, how many companies have applied for rocket launch on behalf of private sector, sir?
Say, what you are, maybe you are asking how many companies are developing rockets on their own?
Yes, sir.
And trying to launch. And they are also in space. We have a mechanism called in space where they will apply for permission or authorization to launch their rocket. But right now the requirement are only are come for suborbital launch. One of them we did by Skyroot. And there is another request for suborbital launch by Article. But their full vehicle development is still on the way, and we understand that is going very well successfully. But still they have not identified the orbital launch schedule or configuration till now to us. So possibly we are waiting for it for them to come. So right now I am aware of 2 of them, like the Skyroot and some people in very seriously developing rockets, small rockets for the future. And there are still some other companies who are working on future bigger rocket as well. And they are currently in the design development phase. So I am really seeing great work being done by private companies in developing rockets in India.
So,
and we are with them, we are helping them.
Yeah, so this is Ransom from Business Line.
Yes.
I have 2 questions. One, can you update what's the status of the Kulasekarapatnam? In fact, you did survey long back. The other one is on the Gaganyaan. Maybe an update on that would be helpful.
Okay, the question is on the new launch pad we are building at Kulasekarapatnam. Yeah, so the right place. So there we are building a launch pad suitable for small satellite launch vehicle and possible launches or private launches in the future. The land acquisition process is almost completed, but it's almost completed because some more land is yet to come to our hand from the government, and we are now securing the land and also taking necessary clearance for commencing construction. And the entire design of the launch complex is completed. It is getting ready for tendering and looking for parties to come and build. And meantime, the
to see, the full functional operation of the launch complex will take minimum 2 years once the construction starts. But we will be able to do some suborbital launches, etc. much before. And now coming to Gaganyaan, you asked about the Gaganyaan status. Gaganyaan goes like this. Now we have a series of tests happening, but everything is not announced. The tests are of various nature, which includes propulsion system development test, subsystem development test. Every day, maybe alternate days, there is a major test happening in many of these centers on developing parachutes, ejection systems, seats, U-ports, thermal protection systems, etc., etc. But the major, the one which attract news are the missions which will happen from Satish Dhawan Space Center. So we are getting ready for one launch called Test Vehicle Mission now. The vehicle is already here at Satish Dhawan Space Center. Now that final integration and testing is now completed and kept ready. We have to get the crew module and the crew escape system elements, and they are coming. Many hardwares are reached already sharp, and many are coming from the space satellite center and launch vehicle centers, etc. And we hope that by around July time frame we will be able to bring it and integrate all of them. And based on, because it's a development test, I am not able to give an exact date. Our target is July, August time frame we should have this launch. This launch is going to demonstrate how, in case an accident happens while the rocket is going, an explosion happens, we should be able to save the crew. So the crew module will have all such features to take it out of the exploding rocket. And we are going to launch for an altitude of 14 kilometers. And at that altitude, we will destroy or rather create a problem. And then eject the whole thing and see if it is recovered, and we will go to the sea and bring it back. So that part also we have to demonstrate. So we are training with the various stakeholders, including Navy and other people. You would have seen some of our reports, how we are doing it. So all these activities are going on. Further, this has to be repeated once again. Then we are going for an unmanned mission, possibly by the early next year, where the whole crew module will be taken to orbit, and from the orbit we will bring it back safely. And this will be an unmanned mission to demonstrate end-to-end mission design, the system, etc. Meantime, in this, there are so many helicopter drop tests will happen to demonstrate the crew module, the parachute system, the sequencing, the control, electronics, etc. So I am not telling about all of that, which will come in the newspaper, our website, appropriately. Okay.
Yeah. Just beginning with the Kulasekhara, you said some land. Can you just give us as to how much land you wanted, how much the government has given, and also the cost? Apparently, it should have escalated by now.
There is no issue. I think we are very happy. 99% of the land has been transferred. And only land which is required is only about the road diversion constructions which are required externally. Otherwise, our entire 2,000 acres of land is required for making that has already been transferred. There are no issues. And post escalation is not there at all. Tamil Nadu government is handling it very, very effectively. And we are very happy.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anna, Guruna, MTV na. Chukuchona. Cool. Kumar sir. Plan பண்ணிக்கிறேன் மச்சான். ஸ்ட்ரைட் ஐடியா. சுரேஷ். Okay. Thank you. Sir,
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Kumar sir. Loganathan? Sir Loganathan? Hey, hello. Sir, feed முடிஞ்சு